The way it was last night, were you comfortable with your players out there at the end of the game still?
Well, I thought it might be a factor. After the delays, the grass, the blades were wet. I thought it. The ball that got by Buechele over there, I think it was ruled a hit. Not an easy play. I thought it could have been a factor. A ball like Brady hit, if it hits, it may skip. It may be difficult to field. Merrifield got a hit. I guess it was about the seventh inning, where the shortstop tried to backhand the ball. Not an easy play. But it really never was a factor.
What about with the Lightning? Does it seem like it kept getting closer and closer? Any worries?
Yeah, I know we got a 6 mile rule.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that 6 mile rule was in effect late in the game or not yesterday.
Did you get the sense they just wanted to finish the game, no matter what?
Well, they had told us. They said we really need to get this one in, and I said, well, we're going to be here, so do whatever we can. Both teams wanted to play. We weren't interested in. If we had a window, we wanted to play. We didn't want to come back this morning and try to finish it. Plus, the forecast today was not great, although it turned out to be a beautiful day.
What did your team do today? Did you take the day off totally? Or?
No, we didn't. The position players went out for a little while. We bounced around at Creighton and did a little bit of hitting, and the pitchers were off. We didn't take any pitchers with us. They were relaxing today. Give up 4 runs, you get to relax.
A lot of bunting today at practice.
Well, a little bit more than normal. We just sort of played the game today at practice. We bunted. We did some contact with runners on second, runners on third, and some game winners. We sort of just tried to stay in the moment a little bit than just taking free swings. But just tried to get that mindset going with the players a little bit.
How aggressive do you have to be playing a team against like Arizona State, who, like you said, score a lot of runs and pitch very well?
I think you have to be aggressive. You have to try to make some things happen. You got to try to win the game. You can't get in a mode to wait for them to make a lot of mistakes. They haven't made that many. What have they lost now? 9 games? That's pretty good. So we got to go try to win. We did that a little bit last night. We forced it a little bit early. A couple times it backfired. We failed to get down a couple hit and runs. Jackie gets picked off first. Although he wasn't still in the base, he was looking to go on a ball bouncing away from the catcher. Sometimes aggressiveness will get you. And it got us a little bit last night early.
Any thought about moving Christian May back up to 4?
Well, he was in a couple of situations last night to drive in runs. He'll be in the middle of the order. Whether it's 3, 4, or 5, he's going to be in there.
I was going to ask about the lineup too. Did you like what you saw last night from Evan and Brady? Maybe
Well, I've always liked Brady's at bats. He gives you a quality at bat. He's done that the entire season. You feel pretty good about his approach, and that's what you talk about as a coach with your players from an offensive standpoint. Is the approach. It's not necessarily the results, because baseball is not easy. But if you can have a good approach, you put yourself in a position to be more successful than not. Marzilli, had a big walk there late. We did okay. We just didn't do quite good enough. That was the key last night, I thought, is we had some good situations, but we just didn't come up with the big hit. They had a couple of 2-out RBIs. They had the solo home run. Buechele gave them although it was only a little bit of a cushion, it was a cushion. And instead of the game being tied there at the end, we had runners on, but we didn't get that hit.
If you tied it up and it goes in the ninth, what would your infield have looked like? Where does Barry go into it?
Barry would have been playing third. Merrifield would have been at short.
Okay.
Or Alice and Walker. It's might not have been pretty, but we would have still been playing. So that's the way it goes.
Is Barry is he a infielder by trade or what?
He's a catcher.
Okay.
He's a catcher by trade, but he's a very good outfielder. He gets great jumps. The last time I said a lot of good things about a player, it kind of backfired a little bit. But Robert Barry, he was hurt in the fall. He came in with that wrist where his wrist was reconstructed, and he never really got off the ground until sometime in the spring when we were in the middle of our season where it started to feel good. But he'll be an everyday player next year, whether it's in left field or in the infield or behind the plate. He's going to be in there every day. You can't. He's got incredible power. He's a guy that's just bursting at the seams. He's going to be good for us.
He's kind of done what Evan did at the SEC tournament. He did a bit of a spark as a pitch hitter.
Yeah, he went up there last night and got a big hit for us, kept that thing going, and he just hasn't had enough opportunities this year.
He's going to maybe get some more.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll determine, like I said, the matchup right now early on is try to get as many lefties in there against our guy. based on numbers as we can. But we'll see. I feel good about running him up there right now. That's as good as he's been in a long time.
You had a team in 2002 come out of the losers bracket. Can you talk about the mindset of just coming out of the losers bracket and making it?
Well, I don't think it's anything complex. It's try to survive and advance at this point. Try to win a game, and you can't play with any type of anxiety or pressure. Just go out and play and try to get it done and move on. I mean, there's some other teams in the same boat. The next game today, somebody's got to go home, and we'd like to stay as long as we can, and not to beat a dead horse, but we tried to get that game done last night, and we came up short, but we get another chance tomorrow.